Hello, Shalom Ola, and welcome to the Spiritual Life with Mystic Reverend Travis Tidwell and my wonderful co-host Ashley.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here, as always, and I want to welcome my executive producer Athena, who's also my daughter and high priestess and sacred dragon, and of course we want to acknowledge the Lord God Yahweh, as nothing would be powered in my life or your life without Him, and my guide Hermes Mercurius, who's also assisting you, I'm sure. And we want to welcome everybody here joining on this podcast.
Yes, what are we talking about this evening?
Well, for those of you on YouTube, I just want to say hello. I want to thank you for being here. If you're on your Spotify or iTunes right now, you can go to YouTube, Travis Tidwell Podcast, and see beautiful Ashley.
Not just me, beautiful
Yeah.
Travis.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, she's
at
got
this
that great voice.
moneymaker.
Yeah. They call me Trav Money, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
On this West Coast magic.
all that West Coast shit going down around my house.
Oh,
No, but
shit.
today's episode is going to be about Sacred Dragon. Philosophy. We just did a podcast, which would be number
38.
38. We did 38 was the mysticism of Kabbalah and the
Yes.
10 stages of consciousness. And, you know, I have an organization called Sacred Dragon. It's been with me for a long time now because I do represent a dragon energy here on this planet. So I have my own philosophy, and Sacred Dragon is based on the mysticism of Kabbalah, obviously. You know.
So before we begin, because I always ask you this, and I'm sure we have already spoken about this, but
Maybe,
you talk,
maybe.
we talk about so much shit. Like,
Yeah.
You talk about the dragon. So could you explain to everybody what the dragon is? Because I know that scares people off. I know it scared me off. It's still a little scary, a little bit.
Asthma, you know. No, if I was a real cult and making people sacrifice and give me all their shit, then I'd say, yeah, you got problems. What kind of a
No,
drag?
no. I mean, but what's
yeah.
the true meaning? It's only scared because I don't know enough
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
you're right, and yeah, because when I say Sacred Dragon, actually, my new religion is going to probably be
Divine love.
Church of Divine Love and Law. You know, because I have Moses and Jesus in my life, but you have to go back to the Adam and Eve consciousness for one moment. And in the Kabbalah, written by Francis Barrett, there are different animals that have been consecrated to God. And we know that the lion is one of them, the dove, the ram, the lamb, the bull. You
Not
know,
the cow.
Don't believe the cow. I believe it's the bull.
Okay.
And there is God, what is it? Salamander, eagle, and dragon. So dragon is a consecrated animal by God through Adam and Eve consciousness that empowers revolution and change. And that's what the dragon represents. I mean, the lion hasn't done it. Obviously, the lamb hasn't done it. The dove hasn't done it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, who do we got to kill around here?
The
Not
way
getting
you said the lamb, you're like, what did the lamb do?
Yeah. I mean, I love Jesus. He's my brother. I mean, he shows compassion and mercy. That's what his teachings are. We can't give him anything more or less. He's not going to buy you a car. He's not going to get you a date.
You're also
Okay?
a Sag, fire breather.
Yes, fire breather. No, but I mean, I'm not even born near the dragon. This shit all came to me now, but because it's a new philosophy, it's new consciousness. Dragon represents Dragon has always been the keeper of the sacred flame.
And what is the sacred flame?
The sacred flame is Yahweh. Truth, divine truth, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, you know, foundation. Everything here on this list the dragon represents to protect. In fact, there's a spot here on this list they don't talk about. It's called the abyss. It's called getting from one spot to another. It's called traveling the abyss. And when you do, you get to the threshold of the dragon. So the dragon is a very pristine state of consciousness. The dragon lives by the 10 Commandments. The dragon promotes the 10 Commandments. The dragon promotes Yahweh. The dragon promotes responsibility in the tree of life. And the 10 stages of consciousness. This is how we become empowered. Now, of course, we're not worshiping the dragon. You know, I don't sit there and have a dragon statue that I worship. I worship Yahweh. But through Sacred Dragon, we do worship Yahweh. We promote Yahweh. We do white magic. You know, we do a lot of things that are positive, healing work. We do a lot of things that are positive.
A lot of healing work.
A lot of stuff that's very positive for not only my community, but the universe. So that's what Sacred Dragon does. We get off our ass and we do something. We're not going to sit here and I was a Christian spiritual minister for a while, and I'm not going to have you sit on your ass and read a book that's outdated and tell me you feel fucking empowered.
I plead the fifth. I'm quiet. I'm just a student.
Yeah. I'm just saying
Just
right
a
now. I
student.
mean, Jesus ain't going to buy you a car. He ain't going to make you rich. Jesus ain't here for that. He's not here for that. And for all of you out there, I'm sorry. I feel, don't get me wrong, because in the first commandment it says, "Thou shalt not worship no gods before me." Well, you're not going to worship the dragon before him, Jesus, or anybody. And Jesus brings mercy and compassion. What else does he teach? Finances? Did he have a dating course?
I mean, he promoted love, marriage. Yeah,
love,
I mean, if
love.
that's
Well,
the route
they
you
would,
want to go.
Catholic Church would depict that differently. But yeah, I mean, Mary was his wife. That Last Supper could have also been his bachelor party for all we know, because Mary went back to France with a baby. So give me a break. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this whole thing is bigger than us.
Ooh, some people are mad.
Yeah, if you haven't seen, I think, what is that movie with Tom Hanks and Jim Brown
The Da
wrote it?
Vinci
James Brown wrote it. Yeah,
Code.
that's based on
The
actual
Knights
factual.
of the Templar.
The Da Vinci Code is actually based on actual factual information.
Yeah,
That's no
that
joke.
I do know, but I mean, to
I think
what
it was
degree?
Jim Brown that wrote that. He did his research, and there is a Christ bloodline here on this planet, but they would be too afraid to acknowledge themselves or even think about being connected. And when he found a person, and he told them they were Christ connected, he goes, "Well, God forgive our family," because that doesn't mean you're perfect. That doesn't mean it transcended into the follow generations. Obviously, there was no other prophet. They say the first prophet comes from the east, the second will come from the west. We'll see. But the dragon is a philosophy that's here to empower you, to make you feel safe. We only worship Yahweh and the Ten Commandments. We live by the Ten Commandments. So we're soldiers. We're warriors. We're on our path here. We're here to help. We're not going to just idly sit by and watch life go by and see stuff happen without trying to empower people and change the world. And that's what, Sacred Dragon truly is all about. But you can't come to Sacred Dragon unless you're enlightened. If you're not enlightened, you need to probably go out and have some experience in the world.
So when you're deeming somebody as enlightened, when you're trying to accept students into your group or followers or people that are just interested, what are you looking for?
Well, over the years, I've had a lot of people come in and out of my group, and it's weird because once you dedicate, you think you would be stable and consistent. Like I said, I don't have a statue of a dragon in my house, and we're worshiping some kind of beast.
We're not. Like worshiping some reptilian.
Yeah, so
entity,
there is nothing going on like that. So the dragon has to be looked at, and let's also look at the duality of life. If there's a good dragon, there's a bad dragon. So I'm a good dragon,
And does this tie into the Kundalini too, like the dragon energy that they talk
Well,
about?
of course, because the dragon is the evolved serpent. And like I said, once you cross the abyss, you get to the threshold of the dragon. That's in the mysticism of Kabbalah. I didn't write that. That shit's already been written.
I think when people have a misconceived notation about what the serpent represents, because when you think of serpent, it's a snake, but then a dragon is also a dragon. So I guess, is the progression from the serpent to
I would
the
imagine to
dragon?
some degree, possibly. They're all reptilian, Now, I do deal with what they would call a premortal dragon, which is celestial, which is a definitely holy vibration. It's nothing negative or evil at all because it is a keeper of the flame of life,
I know the dragon is very prominent in the Eastern Hemisphere as well.
Oh, my God.
So
In China, the dragon's the most powerful there is. Look at,
Year of the Dragon is supposed to be so powerful for the Chinese astrology.
And it's funny because I am a dragon, but I'm a spiritual dragon. I'm here representing the real dragon energy, not in martial arts, but
Are
in
you the
spirituality.
Year of the Dragon as
no,
well?
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. And that's
That would have been
wild.
actually pretty cool, though.
Yeah, and the reason why, I'm also here representing the dragon, I have a staff that has 2 dragons on it that was given to me by the god Hermes through Yahweh. Obviously Yahweh wants me here. He wants me doing this. He's given me different gifts and tools that I can share with you to show you that, I'm valid. I'm a spiritual energy here on this planet that's different. That's not going to sit here and, give you a bunch of bullshit and take all your money. I'm going to want money, because I need to survive, only because, if I was a billionaire right now, I'd give it all free. I don't care.
Yeah, you're very giving.
Yeah,
but people have to make a living.
I got kids and grandkids, and I got a family.
You do have your.
I have high expenses, baby. So it's crazy how when you think about that, honestly, and and that's why we're doing this podcast, because this is another platform for me to talk about Sacred Dragon. I talk about Sacred Dragon a little bit in, I think, second or third podcast, maybe even the first one, but this is the foundation from the philosophy we're sharing now in the spiritual life. When I talk about Kabbalah, that's Kabbalah recipes for empowering yourself through aromatherapy or incense or whatever. That's really my variation of it. you know. So the dragon's not negative. Now, it's funny because in Revelations, they talk about a man who appears who is a dragon who speaks as a lamb, I think. And
But I think they represented it in a negative
hi,
connotation, so that's why
yes,
I was
yes,
all.
yes, they did. You're hesitant to bring that
I was
up.
all.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the
Don't let me
direction
bring
we
that
want to
shit
go.
up. Let me tell you something right now, ladies and gentlemen. No, no, yeah, it pissed me off when I read that actually
What, with
because.
the dragon with 7 heads, I believe. With
Well, no,
the
this is a
crown.
different story.
Oh, okay. Because you said Revelations.
Yeah,
And,
they do talk about it, but back in those days, the seven-headed dragon was the 7 mountains or surrounding Rome, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. It had a different meaning for it, depending on
and
whose
Revelations.
yeah, and depending on whose translation you're using. That's why I don't even like to even refer to that book. But there is a part where it says it's in Revelation, could be 21.
Oh no, the dragon. No, we're not going to talk about the dragon trying to devour the woman's child at the moment of birth.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's not
yeah,
it.
yeah. So no, this is where a man appears. He's a man who appears as a dragon who talks as a lamb or as a lamb. Yeah, I believe he's a dragon who talks as a lamb. He does some kind of something in front of the populace, and they start worshiping the image of the dragon. And he's here for 3 years, and he's wiped off the face of the earth.
Well, it says the dragon is a symbol of evil in both the Christian traditions.
Yeah,
In the
for sure.
Orient, it symbolizes supernatural power, wisdom, strength, and hidden knowledge.
Thank you.
In
Thank you.
In most traditions, it is the embodiment of chaos and untamed nature. I'm not saying
No,
these words. I'm just
no,
telling
for
you.
sure, for sure. So only in Christianity, first of all, is the dragon evil. Why? Because they want to keep this shit suppressed. It's like suppressed voting right now. Okay, these people want to suppress your mentality. I'm serious. They want to suppress your consciousness. The dragon's going to appear. He's going to give you empowerment, possibly, or things of that nature. You might walk around with a dragon sticker on your car, and all of a sudden you're a dragon worshiper and you're negative. That's bullshit. And so when I read that in Revelations, after becoming a dragon here on this planet, somebody who's representing a new spiritual vibration, I was very insulted. And I thought that's just another setup by Christianity and these people who fear what they don't know. And they can't. Christianity is like, there's so many strains of it, even though they're all reading from the same book. But there's also a part in Revelations, I believe, that Jesus says, when I come to you, I'll give you a stone. You won't know the name of that stone. The stone comes from the tree of life, which exists in my Father's garden and gives you eternal life. And he says, when I come to you, I won't have the same name or face. And he says, and I will give you a stone. So when he comes, he's not going to have the same name or face. They don't seem to. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, a little bit too. But as you're talking, I'm also reading in
Okay. Am I wrong?
man, like I'm not trying to like down. I'm just
Yeah.
maybe like for instance, I can't even pronounce this word, but it's basically the serpent or the sightless or the blind dragon is an evil cosmic entity impounded in the Kabbalistic teaching of Moses Cordovera and subsequent writings based on his system. He is the steed of Lilith, so he is considered a
And who wrote this?
mechanism by which evil is activated. This is in the Kabbalah. And it's Tannin Ever. That's how it's supposed to.
Yeah, I would disagree. And now here's somebody who might have something against Eastern philosophy.
Well, this was would you consider that Eastern philosophy if it's Kabbalistic?
I mean, how he's projecting his evilness or his. Again, I have to go back to this. I'm only going to say this.
Yeah.
If there is a dark dragon, there's a bright dragon. If there's the negative, there's positive. So that's just part of the duality of nature. And we see that more and more in Christian ministers who go to jail for different things or got caught in a hotel being homosexual when they're down on homosexuals. Or there's a lot of contradiction there. So I really
so
can't.
So you're harnessing the power of the dragon, like the power, the wisdom, the knowledge,
I
to the
guess
best
you could.
extent
I guess
of
you
God.
could say it because I don't worship the dragon, but the dragon is an image I use for strength and protection, and for wisdom and understanding. The dragon's been a great influence for me. And Hermes himself said that when he became enlightened, it was the great dragon who came to him. There was a dragon who came to him and enlightened him, and he wrote the Emerald Tablet. He's the father of medicine here on this planet, and he's my personal guide. So I kind of take that to heart, and I kind of believe what I'm telling you on that level, that there is a duality. I'm sure there is a negative dragon, and I'm sure there's a lot of negative stuff written on dragons, but you've also read something very positive through the Eastern religion on dragons. So it's not all, he talks about a cosmic dragon in chaos. I mean, blah, blah, blah.
No, I'm definitely trying to look
Yeah.
for other things to support.
And, obviously, who would come to me and give me two dragons wrapped around the Sun King and the Moon Goddess and say, hey, this is evil when you worship Yahweh, when you're living by the Ten Commandments? It just doesn't make any sense. That alone doesn't bring chaos. It brings clarity into your life. Mm-hmm. You see? So that's a good argument. But, yeah, I mean, for me personally, as well as my personal is my professional, I'm empowered by the dragon. Because for me, the dragon brings me the Ten Commandments and God's sacred names. And God is my Father. And comes to me as my protector, as my shield.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not going to take Jesus to a fight.
No, and it kind of going back off to a philosophy that you typically say that you really stand behind. You're like, I'm not Jesus. Jesus died on the cross for love and hope. And you're like, I'm not, that's not me.
That's not me.
Yeah. And so it sounds to me that you're harnessing all the good qualities, all the powers of what the dragon represents. And then you're incorporating that into, you want to be more powerful. You want to have some teeth, some bite behind what you're standing behind with God. So like in that aspect, I totally understand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. That's what I love about having her as my co-host. She's so knowledgeable and she's got this feminine insight that we all need,
No, because as you're talking, I was just looking, I was like, no, it's a lot of back and forth, and you can find anything on the internet as well. So much crap is out there.
No, thank you. Exactly. So, if you feel like you're a dragon and you're attracted to dragons, you should probably be with me. The dragon is something very powerful. But if you think the dragon is evil and you're getting empowerment from eagles, stay the hell away from me and my family and don't call me or email me. Mm-hmm. But if you're interested in this, Travis Tidwell podcast on YouTube, leave me some comments, subscribe. This information is so powerful we're sharing. And I want to thank Ashley for, actually she was the one who thought about us doing this episode.
Yeah, because I don't feel like a lot of people... Well, I feel like people should actually understand.
And you said it scared you at some point too at first, even.
Yeah, no, I mean, and to be honest, I mean, to be completely transparent, I mean, just because I research everything until I feel completely 100%. Like I go back and forth on it, but like I know that you stand 100% behind it, and I'm always open to everybody's personalities and what they believe in, because I feel like sometimes it's a little bit of everything, like a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Well, I have a universal philosophy on some level because I study the mysticism of Kabbalah, so those planets and the God's sacred names and emanations are in many cultures that honor that. It comes from the Hebrew culture, not from me, but it's incorporated in my philosophy and my belief system because it goes and correlates along with the Ten Commandments, which is what I live by and promote. You're going to have to be responsible and live by the law of karma in this life, and you want to have good karma. That's the other thing I promote. So Sacred Dragon is really something, the most powerful thing you could probably, I feel, if not in my lifetime and somebody else's, this could still be the next biggest religion yet on the planet to come. I mean, because it's nothing, you have in my philosophy, you have the best of both worlds because you have Moses, the lawgiver, which gives you the strength and severity of God. And then you have Christ, which gives you love and compassion. And depending on how you approach me, will depend on which personality you get from me.
So, I found a definition of dragon energy. Okay, what does dragon energy mean? Dragon energy is technically a metaphor used in Taoism magic to express an essence of creation or power. Kanye West took this metaphor and used it for his own personal gain on Twitter.
There you go, baby. My boy Conway.
It says related words.
Excuse me.
Kanye, Trump, Twitter.
Yeah, him and Trump, the bastard. Kanye, so you fucking betrayed us all, dog.
But in that aspect, so yes, for the essence of creation or power. So, okay.
Yeah, it's a very powerful energy. And for those who fear it, have probably been brainwashed by Christianity, and that would be their first block. And that would be something that eventually they're going to have to get over. I'm not that demanding of a person,
So then there's also this too, serpents and dragons of the Kundalini. So it also refers to the dormant power or energy present in every human being and lying like a coiled serpent in the etheric body at the base of the spine.
That's right.
This coiled serpent has been biding its time for ages, waiting for the day when the soul will begin to take charge of its rightful domain, the personality or the combination of the physical, astral, and mental bodies. There you go.
What's up? Something wrong?
Oh no, it's raining and I heard tapping.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So yes, I think this supports where you're talking about in regards to the dragon energy, the spiritual force, while it's still asleep, and then basically you're trying to get individuals to awaken this
To
part
be
of
activated.
themselves to be
You bet,
activated
because
to an
actually in
awakening.
my group, one point we talk about, we ask the Lord God Yahweh to activate the divine mind within us, the dragon of the divine mind within us. We call upon the dragon of the divine mind within us. You
Dragon
betcha.
of the divine mind. Okay, I like the way you worded
Yeah.
that. That sounds
No.
good.
Yeah, no, as we now visualize a white flame above our head connecting to our crown chakra, we now visualize our crown chakra activated. So we now may communicate with our holy guardian angel, our higher self, and the dragon of the divine mind within us. So be it.
So be it.
That's one of my mantras with my spiritual group, and I share with everybody, and something we do religiously, because we need new words, new philosophy, and new tools to get to where we want to go in life. It's not going to just come from some damn book and some fucking proverbs. I hate to tell you that. You can actually grab oils and stones and, get on the altar and pray, and actually, don't forget this. The first church was in the home. So you should have a place of altar worship if you have that luxury, or you have that space. If you don't, then I'm sorry.
I think your first temple also starts within yourself, though, too, because
Oh,
that's where
well,
God dwells. But I feel like people
You
feel
bet.
like they need to go to an actual location, and you really don't. Like, you can be sitting in your car on the way to work.
Oh, yeah.
And just in your
You're
own
totally
temple.
right. You're totally right. But it's nice, like I said, if you have the opportunity to have a little table and light a candle and sit down and meditate, or, maybe if you have a cauldron or an incense burner, light some incense and, start getting into communicating with spirit on your own level and raising that vibration through having an altar, which is, I forgot what episode we did on that, but we have an episode on that out there too you can look at. But
Just go look down on the
having
videos,
that-
watch them all.
Yeah,
Watch them
Sacred Dragon
all.
shows you how to use that altar and communicate with spirits, as the ancients have done since the beginning of time. And that's something that we share with everybody for empowerment. See, when you come to Sacred Dragon, baby, it's all about being empowered now.
Yes.
This is the real deal, man. We're not, yeah, you're going to pay money, but you're going to get so much out of this. There's going to be so much more that you're going to be able to not only do for yourself, but for others around you.
So, Order of the Sacred Dragon is helping individuals understand the repressed energy that they didn't know that they can tap into to help them on their spiritual awakening.
Yes. But again, you have to be enlightened to come to me. If you've never really done this stuff, no, I say that if I could, maybe I shouldn't say that. If you really are attracted to this, yeah, contact me. But most people need
Did
to
you
have
say
the,
if you're really attractive?
no, if you're attracted to this energy.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
baby.
was like, damn.
Yeah, honey, if you're
Whoa.
hot, if you're banging hot.
I know
then
everything's
yeah.
opening next
Yeah.
week. That was quick, though.
I'll be in the gym next week. I'll lose this
Just
weight I got
working
during the
on my
COVID. It's gonna
fitness.
be
He's my
like
witness.
this.
Just
That's it,
kidding.
girl. Throw it in rotation.
Oh, hell no. Oh,
But anyway, yeah. For those girls, I am single, and for all those girls who want to be that high priestess, Anyway, let's move right along here. Sacred Dragon's all about empowerment, and if you can't be empowered by what you're reading and living by, then what are you doing? How much is that Bible empowering you, people? It was written by King James. It wasn't written by God. The Old Testament comes from the Torah. The problem is they didn't even take the whole Torah. They only took parts of that they wanted.
that seems to be the case for everybody's agenda
I'm
throughout
telling you.
time.
Well,
I mean, I know. A
yeah,
lot
but
of
this
people,
guy made it a law. This book a law to have. I mean, it was the only book legally out there that was protected by him. I think they burned the St. Thomas. What was his name? Yeah, the Thomas Gospel. That was the Bible before the King James. For those of you who don't know that, and
Don't get me started on things that are missing from the Bible.
yeah, no,
That was always the content that like struck me as the most like heartfelt, or that I kind of learned the most. But I know people would disagree.
no, it's true though.
Yeah.
And we know that even the New Testament, they could have picked the Gospel of Mary. They could have picked the Gospel of Thomas. They could have picked so many different things. They picked John the Divine, who wrote Revelation, and that's all fine and done. But, it's not a book that I adhere to. I don't give that book any power. Those are words that have been translated over the years so many different times.
Mm-hmm.
Those disciples themselves, most of them didn't even know Jesus. Honestly. So there was another problem. I mean, there's a lot of stuff there. And the only thing we know about Jesus, he's the Lord of the Christ, and he represents love, compassion, mercy.
But you do you utilize any Christian belief systems or any Christian,
Well,
I guess, like a context within the Order of the Dragon?
Not really, to be honest with you. I mean, if the Christians are living by the Ten Commandments, then I would say yes. If the Christians are being, Christ-like, then I would say yes. But, the only thing that we have in common with Christians is that we do honor and love Jesus, the Lord of the Christ. We love him. We ask and we call upon his power for healing work. I use him for weddings and baptisms, and I use him for funerals. But I don't take him to war. I don't take him to parties. I mean, there's only so many places you can take Jesus. But he is the mercy hand of God, and he's the person we would want to console to for sadness and things of that nature, grief. He's a great teacher for love and compassion and mercy. But when I need to get somebody out of my life, and I need to make a change, or I'm having a hard time, I call upon the spirit of Moses, and I'm going to take those 10 commandments that I know, and the 10 commandments give me what they call the sword and the shield. And once I got the sword and the shield, baby, there ain't nothing stopping me, nothing attacking me. And so that's where we break right there. And we all believe in karma. Christianity don't believe in karma, or even that. They don't even honor that word. They don't live by the 10 commandments. They think once you've done something wrong, Jesus forgives you, and that's it.
And you're saying he doesn't forgive you?
God does, but I'm not saying they're not being forgiven, but they forget that they're going to suffer karma anyway. There's karma for everything we do, no matter who forgives you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, they don't promote that.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, sorry, I mean, you did what you did.
Yeah,
now it's going to come back.
And you've repeatedly done that.
Yeah, especially if you've repeatedly done that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think there has to be a line drawn for everybody. We do have an episode on toxic people, and that's where some of that comes in. And Sacred Dragon.
One of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, and we don't promote toxic people in our lives as Sacred Dragons. I'd rather be alone and happy than with people who are dysfunctional. I'm not going to do that to myself, and I would never promote that for the people who I love and care for. Now, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people's families that I've touched over the years. And everybody who knows me knows I'm a good person. I do the best I can, but they know that I have no negative intentions. And when you can hear what I'm talking, but people have been fooled over the years by people and their intentions or what they've talked about. But I'm walking what I'm talking, like you said. Yeah. The Sacred Dragon's proven to be positive, and if you're into dragon and you want that philosophy, I mean, even the tarot cards I teach tarot, and I teach it with the 10 Commandments.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's also, I was going to say, isn't there, I guess the original traditional way should be taught with the 10 Commandments, correct?
Well, yeah, the 22 major arcana of the Hebrew alphabet represent the 22 Hebrew alphabet letters. And the first 10 Hebrew alphabet letters represent the 10 Commandments. So the first 10 tarot cards represent the 10 Commandments, and that's how I teach them.
One day you're going to have to show everybody, because it does tell a story. It's like a little fable as you're putting the cards down.
Yeah, we'll do that. We're going to be doing some tarot classes here on The Spiritual Life and talk about the tarot as an oracle and the different stages of consciousness that you will achieve. See, even when I studied tarot, I never planned on doing readings with it or becoming a psychic or a medium.
Self-discovery.
Yeah, it was all something that happened just that quick, and when it happened, I had no control over it. Because I was on my spiritual path. Initially, I was going to be just a healer, and I was doing healing work back then, but I couldn't cure cancer, and I got real depressed one day over it. And I realized that it would take years for me to master healing work that I wanted to do, and I'm a healer now, and I'm so much more advanced, too, from then.
Yeah, of course.
But it was something that, after studying the tarot, my first teacher made me do her daughter some readings. They loved me. The next thing I knew, there was a psychic line, and there was money to be made, and I could support myself, and it just went from one to another.
Yeah.
I worked for Psychic Friends, and I was top 10 out of 200 psychics. They called me the Beverly Hills Shaman, and I did a commercial.
Bring it back.
Yeah, they had the Beverly Hills Shaman, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. And I did a commercial with Jackie Stallone. I met some great people up in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I took a test at Bunham Murray's in Hollywood for the what was it called, the American Psychic Challenge.
We're going to try everything in our power, too, to find some of these clips. I've been telling Travis, we got to find this shit.
Yeah, if we can get some of those clips, it'd be pretty good. But yeah, no, I've been around the block, and I've worked on some murder cases, and I've been around the block with this stuff. But, again, it's all through Sacred Dragon that has evolved me. It was the dragon of the divine mind that came to me, that awakened me. It was the dragon staff that was given to me by Spirit. And so I'm happy to share that with all of you. And for all of you out there watching this or listening to this, please go to my website, travistidwell.us. And check me out. And Sacred Dragon is there.
It's going to be in the description box, too.
It's going to be front page. It's going to be front page, baby. Seriously, because it's all about me. Yeah.
And that, too.
Yeah. And check out my album. If you like spiritual music, if you like rap music and you like let's just say you like different kinds of music. You're one of those people. Yeah, there's different kinds of music, and you do like rap. There's certain songs. Listen to my album because my son, the oldest son, he made these rap beats for me, and I put spiritual lyrics to them, and they're the bomb.
Yeah.
And they're cutting edge, and I do feel that this music is part of the future, and it's been played all over the world. My album's been played all over the world.
There's a bunch of views. I was just looking at it on the last episode. Like, dang, people are getting down to Time Has Come.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's been played. We don't even know what it's done on iTunes or Pandora or any of the other stations. I mean, who knows but, I mean, I know I'll never be a rock star, but I'd still like to make some money and get to another level with that. I'd like to do some more music for you, and I'm working on a second album, hopefully here soon.
There's Moses. There's Peace in the Temple.
Yeah.
Powers of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
If you're looking for, Time Has Come.
Yeah, and if you're on YouTube, go to Travis Tidwell Topic, and you'll see my songs right there on YouTube, and you can play them and be empowered. Now, as I was saying, some of those songs have Kabbalah prayers on them from the Keys of Solomon. And if you learn those songs and those prayers, you'll be empowered. So I'm doing everything to turn everybody on, man. I really, really am.
Jack of all trades.
Master of all. No, master of all, baby. I ain't jack as shit. Well, seriously, no. That's a good phrase, but no, I've mastered everything in my life so far. I'm lucky because in every life I've been here before, I mastered something in magic.
Except for twin flames.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, twin flames.
Just
yeah.
kidding.
I love women. Married, divorced 3 times, and it's taught me some valuable lessons. I have 4 beautiful children. I have 5 beautiful grandchildren. It was predicted I might have more. Who knows? But the whole trip is that love powers everything. Sacred Dragon has taught me to be the good person by the 10 Commandments. Loving Yahweh, becoming a son of Yahweh has been so important for me. And accepting him as my divine source and creator. Knowing that there's nobody on this planet who has the love and compassion and connection to me that Yahweh does at all. So I'm hoping all of you will get that from us. I mean, we were reading the Keys of Enoch, and we had that word pneumatikoi.
Pneumatikoi.
And I got so charged from that. That was a great key last night.
Okay, so can we talk about the definition one more time?
Pneumatikoi is a mystic who works for spirit and who is on their path. And in the 5th dimension will also keep continuing working with spirit and promoting spirit and Yahweh.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure this never stops.
Yeah.
I feel
and being a mystic
always.
here, it just tells you that I'm a psychic, I'm a medium, I'm a shaman. I know so many different things and how to work so many different things, the paranormal, blessing homes, whatever the problem is, I can handle it. So that's where the mystic comes in. That just gives you the variety of talents, is what I'm saying right now when I use that term.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So how we doing on time, baby? I have to call my daughter. She hates that, How about? All right. Well, we've been talking about Sacred Dragon, and it's always a good topic, and I could talk about this all night, especially with Ashley. We just have this gift about talking to one another. It's so badass.
Gift of gab.
Yeah, the gift of gab, man. We do classes and stuff together, and it's nice to share with her. It's nice. I see her vision, and I'm supporting her vision, as I've made a lot of psychics out there already in this life, and people on their path. I've helped a lot of people get to their path. And because I'd like to say it is all about me. Most of the time it is, but really it is for all of you who are on your path. It's important that I'm sharing with you, and I'm giving you the best information I can for you to be the best that you can. And as I've told you before, it's all going to come from Yahweh.
Absolutely.
And that's how we're going to be all blessed on this podcast. And I'm really hoping and praying that you'll go to the website, you'll make a comment that's positive, you'll subscribe. I'm hoping you'll go to my website, travistidwell.us. and join Sacred Dragon or order a service. I'm hoping that you're listening to me on Spotify or iTunes and you're buying the album. And I'm hoping that you check out Ashley, because recently she did a goddess workshop.
Yeah, that was a few weeks ago. I'm hoping to do something soon. In fact, I was actually talking to Athena about eventually moving over to YouTube, doing a tarot channel. So everything is through Travis and helping me develop my skills through tarot.
You bet.
So I'm really excited about that. So hopefully that will be
And
something coming.
that's one of the visions I support for her right now.
Yes,
You
definitely.
bet. No, and she's got the
Because we have
personality.
something a little bit different. I'm
Yeah.
going to give the people what they want.
Yeah. Well, she's going to do something different that I don't do. And I just cannot be consistent enough, I think, right now to do a TV tarot show with my agenda now, with the kids
You don't want
living
to
here.
be like, what do you call it, competing with girls in bikinis right now.
I can't
After
compete
some
with
of the
that younger
crap
gen.
I've
Well,
seen.
yeah, and I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for that. I'm gonna
You
let
can
you.
wear some
Yeah,
tassels.
I'm gonna let you tell that. I'm gonna let you mention my name on your podcast. For sure.
Yes,
For sure.
absolutely. We'll
And hopefully my
promote you.
daughter will get out there and some. But yeah, I mean, really, I'm looking for those who really want to join the dragon and they want to become enlightened and empowered. Excuse me, they've already been enlightened. And a lot of people, just let me say quickly that a lot of people out there who are enlightened think that now they're overwhelmed. Oh my God, the
It
universe.
can be
and
overwhelming,
It can
though.
be very.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. And when you punch in awakenings or Kundalini on YouTube, you don't get that much, honestly. But let me tell you something. Awakening is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Now you need to become empowered. So if you're sitting out there right now thinking, what am I going to do with my future? Where am I at with my life? How can I change things? You need to contact us. I mean, that's just bottom line. You can also see we have the new moon, full moon rituals on YouTube now.
And that's also really important too if you're in your awakening.
Yeah,
That's just a little bit of things you
and
share
you're looking
from.
to do a full moon or a new moon by yourself. You've never done one. Hit up my my episode on that and look at what we put on the YouTube channel because you can do a new moon or a full moon for yourself.
And eventually, I think maybe you'll start posting it so people can wait for it live so they could see you from their home. On up to date, maybe.
Well, if you want to see me live, you're going to have to join Sacred Dragon. That's bottom line,
On YouTube?
On my website. Yeah, you're going to have to go to TravisTidwell.us if you want to come to my classes every Wednesday night and see me on the internet and be connected to Sacred Dragon and become a member.
And there's a decent amount of people in there, and everyone's so professional. Everybody's so nice.
Yeah.
And, I really love the vibe, and I feel like everybody's there to genuinely learn.
No,
and
that's
be
exactly my point.
consistent.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. When we get together for in-person rituals, it's great. We socialize, and we are building a spiritual connection and a spiritual family. But no, it's really all about getting to the dinner table, eating the food, and walking away. And we do this California time, 7 p.m. every Wednesday.
Tools to live by. Really, that's what it is.
And I'm just trying to give you certain things in the classes to help empower you. Like she said, tools to live by. She's taking privates with me too, So.
Yeah, I've been together since last October. Yeah, so it's been a really good experience, and we've grown so close exponentially.
Yeah, you bet she has. And
not me, and I was like our relationship
our
and
relationship,
what I've learned through.
Oh yeah, no,
everything as
I love Ashley and her family and her husband and everybody she's connected
Thank
to.
you.
And she's just a beautiful soul, and her and Athena get along so great, right, Athena?
We're gamers, yeah. I love
gamer,
Athena.
yeah. So there's a lot there that Ashley brings here that we honor and appreciate. And we thank God for. You bet, yeah. And we just hope that you guys out there listening to us on either station, Spotify, iTunes, or Pandora, or maybe you're seeing us on YouTube right now. We wish you all the best, and we're thanking you for listening to us, and we're hoping that Ashley and I are helping empower you in some way.
Yeah, definitely, and all through Yahweh.
All through the Lord God Yahweh. So on that note, we're going to close this podcast, this episode. We're going to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
And we want to say God bless you to all you out there listening. God bless you, your family, your friends, your pets, and God bless planet Earth.
So be it.
So be it.
Time has come to rearrange. Time has come for a change.